Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today to discover the 1.7. Let me introduce myself. I am Laure. I'm Akeneo Support Manager. I will be the moderator for this webinar. I have with me Camille, Delphine and Nolwenn, our dear product owners. Hi girls.
Hi.
So we are all here today to present you the brand new version, the 1.7. So first of all, the 1.7 is available since the 14th of March. It means that the 1.4 is not supported anymore by Akeneo. Of course, you can still use it, but it means that we will not release any more patches. So what about this new version and what will happen during this webinar? We will start with a short presentation of the small improvements we've made for both editions, and you see they will make the difference. Delphine will present you this. Then we'll continue with the Teamwork Assistant. It's an Enterprise Edition feature that improves workflow between workers, and it will be presented by Camille. And last but not least, Nolwenn will present you our new user interface methodology, and then she will present you our new web API that is available for both editions too, and she will explain how we aim at improving the PIM connectivity thanks to this new API. Our webinar session will be followed by a questions and answers session. If you have any questions, please use the chat window that appears on the right side of your screen if you're connected with a computer. We'll answer them at the end of this webinar. Before starting, a small word about our new cloud offers. We have now a fully customizable cloud offer called Flexibility. It's available since March, and we'll have a second cloud offer, which is a SaaS one, the first SaaS offer for PIM, called the Serenity offer, with automatic updates, and it will be available from September 2017. The cloud offers are only available for Enterprise Edition, but you can find more information on our website, or if you're already an Enterprise Edition client, you can contact your sales manager to get more information about it. Okay, so let's start. I will let Delphine speak about our new user improvements.
Thank you, Laure, for this introduction. Your feedback from our customers, from our partners, from our community are very important for us. In each version, we try to improve the user experience, the daily work of our users, with small but valuable improvements. All improvements we have made in 1.7 are available in our release notes on our website, and I will show you now a demonstration with the main improvements we have done. I'm Mary. I am a product manager assistant of a retailer. I help my product manager to enrich product, and I work on LED TV. So I log in my PIM, Akeneo. I have my dashboard open. The first improvement we have done in 1.7 is about the dashboard. We apply now roles permission on the dashboard. So Mary has no right on attributes, so now she doesn't see the button Manage Attributes. We have also applied, we have also applied the permissions on the last operation. So for example, Mary has no right on export, so she cannot see the export. She has no access to the detail of the export, but she has access to the imports. And for the Enterprise Edition, we have also managed the permission of groups. Mary has no right on the German locals, so she doesn't see the completeness of the German locals, but she can see English and French. On the dashboard, you can see that we have also added a new column in the last operation widget. It's about warnings. It was an important feedback from our users, is that when an import, when an export is done and is complete, we have no information if there is some warnings or not. So we have added a new column, and as you can see here, there is an import from the ERP which has 2 warnings. So if I click on details, I can see the two errors, the 2 warnings during the import. Mary, we go on with the enrichment of products of OLED TV. Julia has created a view for her. Julia is a product manager to help her to enrich quickly the products. Until now, you know that you can define a default view in your profile, but until the 1.6, you can only add the views you have created. You have no access to the other views created by your colleagues. In 1.7, we have changed this behavior because we know that you share a lot the views. So here I can set the view created by Julia, LED TV, for Mary. I save, and if I go back to enrich products, or when tomorrow Mary will log, she will have this default view LED TV. We have also improved the grid, the filter of the grid. Here you can see that so for the TV products, some description have been filled in English, but some are not are empty. We can now filter on the description, and we have added a filter, an operator which is not empty, because we have lots of feedback that it is important to filter on attributes which are not empty. For example, here in my case, Mary would like to export the products with no description in French, but with description filled in English for a French translator. So she filters on the not empty description, and she can after export this description for for translators, French translator. That's all for the improvements, for the main improvements. You can see all the improvements in our release notes.
Okay. Thanks, Delphine. Cool. Let's continue with Camille. She will present you the Enterprise Edition feature, the Teamwork Assistant.
Yes. We had several feedbacks concerning the product enrichment visibility. Feedback from our end users. They didn't know easily what are the products to be enriched or what are the new products in the PIM. It was also difficult to know how to prioritize their work or to know if they are on track or not for the next collection or for the next product range. They also had no possibility to personalize their dashboard, to have a quick view on their product enrichment. And it was also complicated to know easily the missing attributes for the next product. So we implemented in the 1.7 version a new feature called Teamwork Assistant. The main idea of the Teamwork Assistant is to help our end users to manage a project. So this is a project management lifecycle in Akeneo PIM. Everything starts with the product grid, with the project creation. A project is we will see it in a few minutes. A project is based on a local and a scope. We can also filter on categories or different filters. When the project is created, we automatically notify relevant contributors and automatically generate tasks too. And then we use this information to add the project into the view selector and also to send reminder if contributors are not 100% done with their work for the due date. We will see a new widget in the dashboard to follow up the progress, product enrichment progress, with brand new KPIs. So the main benefits of the teamwork assistant is we push the information to Julia, our main persona. She doesn't have to look for the information. We will give her the information she needs to work to enrich her products as soon as possible so that they can be exported to the e-commerce webshop or to the print catalog. We will also see that we have a really easy configuration for a product, so Julia won't waste time in configuration for the project, and every event in the catalog structure has an impact on the project. It is recalculated. And thanks to this automatic tasks and task generation and task notification, we will help Julia to prioritize her work to work faster and more efficiently. Just before the demo, I want to explain you an important thing, who is a contributor in the Teamwork Assistant. In the Teamwork Assistant, a contributor is a user who has empty required attribute to fill in, meaning he has edit rights on attribute group, category, and local. So for example, here I have different attribute groups. You can find here the attribute groups, their name, and we also have a column just to know if they are enriched or no, and if they are required or no. So let's start with Julia. You already know her. Julia is a category manager. After 6 happy years at Zodio, she now works for Procter & Gamble. She is responsible for the conditioner product range, and she has edit rights on marketing and media attribute groups. So if I look into my attributes list, I can see that glitters is a required attribute and is empty, and picture is required but is already empty. So I have no reason to explain this. Just glitter is required and empty. That's why she will be notified. Tom is part of the purchasing department. He has edit right on technical attribute group, and he has different attributes required for completeness and empty. For example, ingredients, net content, and safety warnings. So he will be notified to enrich these attributes as he has right to do it, and he has work to do for the QN project. You may not know James. James is a trainee at the IT department. He has only view rights on all attribute groups. James won't be notified as he doesn't have any work to do into the PIM. So this is really important. A contributor in the Teamwork Assistant is a user who has empty required attributes to fill in. Time for a demo. I will log out and log in as Julia. So when we have no project, we also have a widget here on the dashboard, and we will see how it changes when I have a QN project. So Julia goes to the product grid, and just to remind you, she is a category manager, and she saw an interesting article in a magazine explaining that glitters make life happier. So she wants to test a product range for conditioners with glitter on the American market for the web shop. She switched from view to project. Here we have a new drop-down. And she will filter on conditioner, because conditioners are the products she wants to enrich. We have 5 products here. She can start a new project. So as I told you before, it's really quick to configure. She just have to fill in the name of the product. Conditioners with glitters, for example. She will set a due date. A due date is required because we will use the due date to remind the contributors if they are not 100% done with their product 7 days, 3 days or 1 day before the due date. So Julia has a very short time to market. She needs the products to be filled in for next week, and she can set a description for her teammate. Target US market web shop. And she will save. Just before saving, you can see here we added a sentence here, because when we save the product for the project, for each product we will check for its family. For each family we will check the empty required attribute. For each attribute we will check its attribute group, and for each attribute group we will have a look at the user groups having edit right on this attribute group, the category and the local project. So for a project, calculation is a background process which can take a while. I save my project. Sorry again. Julia is aware that the project has been calculated because she has a notification in the notification center, and she also knows that the contributors are notified. As soon as the project is calculated and she has been notified, it is also added here in the dashboard. So in the dashboard, she can see the project. I made a mistake. You can imagine it's conditioners. She can see here the project label, the project channel, and the local, regarding to the project. If I had several projects, I could see the list just here, and projects are sorted by due date. The due date is also displayed just here. And she can see from this drop-down all the contributors involved in this project, meaning all these users have some attributes to fill in for the project conditioners with glitter, and they have right to edit them on the e-commerce channel for the English locale. As you can see, she has 3 different key figures. The first one is the number of to-do products. So a product to-do is a product with 0 required attribute to fill in. She also has an in-progress. So an in-progress product is a product with at least 1 required attribute filled in, and the done products are products with all the required attribute filled in. She has access from the widget directly from the dashboard to the product grid if she clicks on In Progress. She will land to the product grid on the 5 products in progress. So you can see here, when you are in a project context, we added a new filter. I will show you where I can see all the all the status of my project. I will now just log out and log in as Tom. You remember Tom, the purchasing guy. He has edit right on technical attribute. For now, Tom didn't work at all on this product, so he has 5 products to do, meaning 5 products doesn't have any required attribute regarding to Tom permission. So Tom can go directly from the widget to the product grid, or he can also have access, like I showed you before with Julia, or he can have access to this project by going to the product grid, switching to project, and he will see here his project. If he has many projects, he can see all this project here. In the view selector, he can see the name of the project, again the scope and local, the due date, and here he can see the percentage of done product. So for now, as he hasn't started, he has 0 products done. He will start to work on this project by enriching this first product. As you can see, we have a yellow point displayed next to the attribute group. This yellow point means that Tom has edit right on technical attribute group and that there are missing attributes in this attribute group. And indeed, the missing attributes, missing required attributes are ingredients, net content, and safety warning. He doesn't have currently in head the list of ingredients, but he knows the net content and the warning. Of course, keep out of reach of children, and an easy one, do not drink. And he save. When he save a product, if I go back to the widget, he now has one product in progress, the project we just enriched, and he still has 4 products to do. I just want to show you something I didn't explain with Julia. Julia is a project curator, but she has also edit right on attribute group marketing and media, so she is also a contributor. So as a project creator, she has the global overview to follow the project progress, and she can also find her name here in the contributor list, and she has a different progress. We can have a look at the product, because there are missing attributes in attribute group marketing. I am on the rainbow conditioner, and to save. So you see, I don't have any yellow point here. So according to Julia, as a contributor with edit right on attribute group marketing, I now have, Julia, 3 products in progress and 2 products done. But according to the project creator view, the global overview of the project, I still have 5 products in progress and 0 product done. And as you will see, James, the young trainee we welcomed in the IT department last month, with only view write. James hasn't been notified. He has only view write. He has nothing to do with product enrichment. He can't work on product, so he hasn't been notified. I just log out. So just to sum up, sorry. Teamwork Assistant can be used to follow a product enrichment in different use cases, in the launch of a new collection, in the launch of a new product range, but also to work on a day-to-day basis and to be more efficient and to have a global overview of the progress enrichment. If you have any question regarding the Teamwork Assistant, please write them down in the chat box and we will answer at the end of the webinar.
Thanks, Camille. Nolwenn will now introduce you the new UI methodology.
So thank you, Laure. So I'm Nolwenn, and I am the product owner of the Web API, but before introducing the API, let's talk about the new methodology to build user interfaces. So this is a new methodology that we introduced so as to facilitate the user interface customization. So now one UI component, one user interface component equal to one style. So all these styles are, you will find all these styles in a new style guide on the docs of Akeneo, docs.akeneo.com. So that's it for the new methodology.
Okay, so let's check our new brand API.
Yeah. So I want to begin with why. Why did we create such an API? In fact, there are two main reasons. The first one is that today, when you create a tool or a connector for you or your customers, you have to dig really deep into our PIM code. You end up with connectors or tools that are really tied to our code. And this creates problems in terms of maintainability, for example. Sometimes you even suffer from painful migration. Tomorrow, with the 1.7, the API will be here to help you. If you build your connectors or tools on top of our API, you will then have long-lasting tools. In fact, we will guarantee the stability of our API, so your connectors will be easier to maintain. The second reason is that today you have to write your tools with PHP. Tomorrow, we hope that thanks to the API, you will be able to pick your favorite language and write innovative tools. The idea is that you spend more time innovating around the PIM and bring more value to your end users. So now, let's move on to what you will be able to do with the API. We focus our effort on the product, as you can see, because the product is at the heart of our PIM. So you will be able to get filtered lists of products, to update and create a list of products. You will be also able to do unitary actions such as creating, getting, updating, or deleting what product. And we also make things on the entities of the catalog structure. So regarding the category, the family, the attribute options. So you will be able to get list of them. You will also be able to create one, get one, and update or create one. And last but not least, you'll also be able to get lists of locales and channel, and also to get one. Now, a few general things regarding the API. So for each entity, we have defined a standard format. On the right side of your screen, you can see an example of a standard format. This is the standard format for the product. Concerning the authentication, it is made via OAuth2. And there are also access permissions to the Web API based on roles. We will see that in the demo. And to finish, we also, all these things are gathered in a brand new website dedicated to the API. Let's take a look at it. So here we are. As you can see, we brought Get Started, a page to get started. And then you also have an API reference where you can find all the endpoints I listed before. And if I click on one of them, I will get all the info I need to make my request, such as the parameters, the headers, the body, and even the different responses that I can get. So this website is now live, so feel free to take a look at it if you want more details about the API. So now it's demo time. So I will logged in as admin. And I will create a new role to be able to access to the API. So I create a new role. I will name it, I don't know, Web API Access, for example. And then in the permission, Web API permissions, I check all the permissions. Yes, so that I get all the rights on the API. And then in the Users tab, I will give this role to Peter, which is our integrator, and ourselves. So now, we will say that I am Peter, and I'm going to use the API. So, for example, I can get a list of products. As you can see, we use the HTTP verb get, and we target the URL products. So I hit send. And here we are. So the response is composed in two parts. The first part is made of links. And these different links are here for you to help you navigate through the pages. Because in fact, when you ask for products, they are paginated. And then in the response itself, in the items, there is the items array, and here you will find the information about your products. So now we are going to get the 11111 product on which Camille worked earlier. So here it still gets HTTP word, and we give the identifier of the product 11111 to call it. So we hit send, and here we are. This is our product formatted with the standard format. And as you can see in the values, you have the different attribute values, and as you can see, we can find the glitter that can be changed earlier. And so we also can see on this response that the description, find the description on the French locale is empty for the e-commerce channel. So you are going to set it via the API. So we are going to make a batch on this product. So this is still the same URL, and I prepared a small body in which I prepared a description for the French locale and the channel e-commerce. So we hit send. We send the request. And as you can see, we have 204, which means that it worked. We can verify it by going to the interface, the PIM interface in the products. And we switch the locale, and here we are. It worked. Great. So that's it for the API. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to use the chat box. Thank you.
Okay, well, thanks, Carol. Let's switch to the conclusion. Daphne presented you some small improvements that will make the use of the PIM smoother. Then we've seen that with the teamwork assistant, you don't need to have a dedicated project manager anymore. Akeneo will do the job. The new web API offers more possibilities to connect the PIM. I think finally, the new UI methodology harmonizes the PIM and eases customizations. You can find all information on our new features in our release notes. They're available on the website. So here it is. So it's an example. You can, I think they're available in English and in French on the website. So here's the English version. So we'll switch now to the Q&A session. You still have a few minutes to type in your questions in the chat window. So let's start.
So we have for now one question from Nicholas, who's asking, is the API available for CE and for the Community Edition and the Enterprise Edition? So yes, it will be available for both editions. It is available, for both editions. Of course. We have another question from Lars who asked, are there going to be trainings on the API? Of course, we have technical training as usual made by our beloved professional services. So as it is technical, the API will be part of the training.
And you can find all the training on our website too.
This is not a question, but I forgot something when I presented you the yellow point. In the Enterprise Edition, we highlight empty required attribute according to the permission. And in the Community Edition, we also highlight empty required attribute, but without any permission. All empty required attributes are highlighted. We're having a look at your questions.
We still have a few minutes, for a few minutes. If we don't have any more questions, then anyway, if you have any more questions that you can post them either on the Slack user group or on the forum, or you can contact us. You have all the resources here, so the forum, the knowledge base, our 1.7 user guides. So they are brand new and updated. And the brand new API documentation, you can find all the links for these resources on our website. We have also a developer guide, also known as the cookbook, a contribution guide. We have our GitHub repository to make contributions or to raise issues. And of course, you can try or download the CE 1.7 version for free on our website. If you need more information, you can contact sales@akeneo.com, any information regarding the Enterprise Edition.
We have a question from Aline, who's asking she doesn't use Akeneo yet, but she's asking if she can use it to track images. Actually, we have a feature called the PAM, Product Asset Manager. The main goal of the PAM is to manage your assets, pictures of your product, PDF files, and so on. But it's always linked to the product enrichment, and it's not dedicated to assets exclusively. We're still waiting question. But just to remind you, the Teamwork Assistant is an enterprise edition feature, just to answer Bacchus, who had question in the community edition regarding the notification. So notification, Teamwork Assistant notification are only in Enterprise Edition, as Teamwork Assistant is an Enterprise Edition feature.
Okay, and we have one more question from Gabi, who's asking more use case for the API. And he said that, for example, we can make a mobile app based on the PIM data. And in fact, yeah, it could be one of the use case, I think. Because thanks to the API, the data will be more fresh and it will be like real-time data. So you will be able to make connector more easily. And that's the aim of the API. So yeah, great use case. Yeah. So Gabi is also asking about integration with existing web shop. Can we send via post a request to Akeneo to start importing 10K? When you, 10K of products from a CSV file or XML, in fact, with the API, you won't be able to post products that will be imported. In fact, when you post product, yes, I'm not sure I understand the question, but can we send via post a request to Akeneo to start importing 10K? Yeah, no, you won't need to have a file, a CSV or an XML file. In fact, as you maybe have seen during the demo, we use only JSON. So when you post products into Akeneo, you will send the data as a JSON format. So when using the API, we're not working with CSV or XML file. From Dan, we also have a question about the API, about the profiles. So, in fact, for now, you can only access to the entities that are presented, so the products, the categories, the families, the attribute options, and also the media files, the locale and the channel, and that's it for now. But we are working on enhancing the scope of the API, so don't worry, there will be more things in the next session.
Frederick is asking where you can find the release notes. So you can find them on the website, in the part about us, on the blog. You have a link to the blog. So you have several articles and then you will find them here. And we'll share with you the link. Kachi is asking if we have a connector for Magento.
So, yes.
Yeah, we do. One of our partners developed PIMgento, which is a connector for Magento between Akeneo and Magento. You can find more information on Google, I guess. PIMgento on our website too, but or on the marketplace.
Yes, on akeneo.marketplace.com.
No, it's marketplace.akeneo.com.
Or marketplace.akeneo.com.
PIMgento spells PIMGENTO.
So thanks, Gabi, for the rephrasing. So yeah, better understand the question now. In fact, you won't have to post 10K requests to update your 10K products. In fact, there is one patch URL that will enable you to send these 10 cases in one single request. But if you want to read directly into a CSV or an XML file, it won't be possible for now, but that's a good idea, and maybe it will be planned in the next version.
We have another question about the next version, when it's planned. So in September, as usual, we usually release one version in March and another one in September. So thank you all for all these questions and for your attention. We were really happy to have you with us today. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Don't hesitate to send us feedbacks. And as usual, the video of this webinar will be available online in a few days. So have a nice evening or day, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.